people think that you're from a native Spanish country. That's it. That's the only benefit you get from native level Spanish. You're not bad at Spanish. You've just been chasing the wrong version of it. Soy Hamid, hablo 4 idiomas y aprendí español 4 veces más rápido que el estudiante medio en solo 120 horas.
Podré para mejorar mi español cuando no tengo mucho tiempo libre para estudiar español.
If you've been studying Spanish for several years and you still feel like you're not at the level that you want to be at and that you're not fluent, and then you decided that, oh, I'm just bad at this, right? I want this video to basically kill that sort of verdict, okay? It's not about how good you are or how hard you worked. It's about what you aimed at, okay? Because fundamentally, you get better at what you do, okay? That's a fact of the universe that can't be denied. And so if you have been studying Spanish for years and you still feel like you're not fluent, you have gotten better at something, but that thing is not the thing that you want to get better at, which is why you probably clicked on this video. And so it's not about how hard you worked. It's about what you aimed at. It's because different people have different finish lines, different goals, okay? And both of them get called fluency. Nobody chooses this goal for you. You're the one that's supposed to choose it. You might have this sort of standard in your head that fluency should be perfect Spanish, this sort of native level Spanish where you have a flawless accent, you make 0 mistakes, and you're never really thinking about a word and searching for it in your head, where you just have that full perfect Spanish. And that definition of fluency is what a lot of people tell us. If someone said oh, do you speak fluent English? A lot of people just directly think about a native, right? They don't think about someone who might not have the level of a native, but might still have something called fluency. And the thing is nobody wants to feel like they settled for a lesser version of what they actually wanted. And if you're just starting out, I'd highly recommend checking out the Speedy Spanish Roadmap. It's a free course I created to help you start learning Spanish with these methods. And you'll find it in the first link in the description. And so naturally, this makes us want to keep the bar for fluency super high and then never say that we're fluent in the language and sort of tell ourselves negative things. But the truth is, a native level is a beautiful goal to have, okay? And it sounds like what everyone should be chasing. But fluency doesn't work like that. Fluency in a language usually looks like this. It goes up exponentially in the beginning, and then the improvements after that are very, very minute. And so it makes no sense to just have fluency at the end of this. And so in my opinion, fluency isn't on 1 point on this graph, but rather 2 points, which is that the first one is conversational fluency and then native level fluency. And the reason why I separate these two is because there's a fundamental effort discrepancy, okay? Discrepancy just means difference. There's a difference between the effort that's required for conversational fluency and native level fluency. For conversational fluency, just being able to have a back and forth with a native, it's a modest amount of effort, but you get a massive result, okay, in terms of your fluency. You're able to communicate with natives, you're able to make friends, have relationships, all of that. Whereas for native level fluency, it's an enormous amount of effort for the tiny result, which is that people think that you're from a native Spanish country. That's it. That's the only benefit you get from native level Spanish. So if you're spending years studying Spanish and you feel negative to your own level and you think that you're bad at Spanish, it's really worth thinking and pondering upon that. Are you conversational? Have you reached the conversational level? I'm not telling anyone to change their goals. If your goal is pure, perfect Spanish, go ahead. But what I am saying is that if you've already reached that conversational level, reaching that level native fluency might not be worth it. The lemon might not be worth the squeeze, especially considering this effort discrepancy. And the thing is, even the flawless native that you want to achieve, it's even natives don't do it. Even natives make mistakes. Even in English, even these videos, I stutter a lot when I record. Yeah, I would consider English my best language. And so conversational fluency is simply, can you have the conversation? Are you able to have a back and forth with a native? And those skills are only speaking and understanding spoken Spanish. If you can have that real back and forth with a native, then you already have most of the benefits of Spanish, even if you make mistakes. Because the goal isn't not making mistakes. The goal is having conversations. And so it does not require perfect accent, 0 mistakes, knowing every word, reading or writing. It doesn't require any of that. And so really, I'm making this video for the person who fundamentally misunderstands fluency, who thinks that fluency does require these things, when in reality, it doesn't. In reality, making mistakes is fine. In reality, not having a perfect accent is fine, as long as your goal was to have conversations with natives. I'm not telling you to change your goal. I'm asking you to reconsider where your goal should be. Because once you do that, the goal isn't actually years away. It'll actually just be a few months away. Because perfection takes years, if not a lifetime. Whereas conversational can take only a few months. And so for me, I basically stopped studying Spanish once I became conversational. And that saved me so much time of studying Spanish, but still making mistakes, frustration that you might be in right now. I still make mistakes. My accent isn't perfect. I forget words all the time, but I'm still conversational. And I want more people to recognize that native fluency and conversational fluency aren't the same thing, and that most people who are studying Spanish, if you're watching this video, you probably only care about the results from conversational fluency. Unless everyone in your family speaks perfect Spanish and you live in a Spanish-speaking country, any other condition for learning Spanish, usually conversational is all you need. And so in my opinion, stop chasing perfect Spanish, stop chasing perfect reading or writing, chase the thing that you actually wanted from when you started learning Spanish, which was conversations. So yeah, if you're serious about learning Spanish and you want help from me, then you can check the second link in the description. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed and stay humble.